Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back. But before we jump into the react, y'all make sure to check out the alternatives because not everything I do is going to be able to put up on YouTube. They don't like me over here. I'm going to try and keep it very nice, but we'll see how it rolls out. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the link below. I got a store set up over at Etsy. I'm trying to get some more stuff going. I'm very slow. Y'all check it out. Now, let's dig in. Alright, crew. In the spirit of trying to do what God is telling me to do, we're going to try something new today. This is a brand new channel that I just happened to stumble across. I watched a video on the Whitakers. If you don't know the Whitakers, they are the results of inbreeding in Appalachia. sorry, Patera. Appalachia. And it's both a beautiful and very sad story at the same time. And the focus of the family and how it's been done is very interesting to me. My wife has long had a desire to sit down with people and get their story. Just pull their story. Just see what they have to say about their life. And we've never really seen how that could be a possibility before. But yesterday's the theme, right? Yesterday was the transformational day, the energy transformational day was yesterday. And yesterday I stumbled across the Whitakers. And today I found this. And so we're going to check this out. This is not along the same lines as the Whitakers. This is not dealing with mental defects or anything of that sort. This is just a man telling his story from Appalachia. And I'm very interested to hear it. I hope that you'll be interested to hear it too. This is something that, along with the MBTI stuff, I'm interested in maybe doing. This could be a direction for me, and I would like to see how it goes. So we're going to dig in and look at it and see what's up. This is Appalachian Man Interview Chris. This is by Soft White Underbelly, which is a very interesting name choice. It's multi-layered. I like it.
All right, Chris.
Yes.
Chris, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm from here,
Which is Leslie County.
Leslie County, yeah. They call it Middle Fort.
And tell me about your childhood. You had both your parents when you were a kid?
Yeah, but they never was there for me.
What
I kind of, raised myself.
What happened to mom and dad?
Well, my mom was on drugs, and my dad, he was chose a woman over me.
So you ended up, who raised you?
Myself and my grandma.
How would you describe your childhood?
It was okay.
What was the roughest part of it?
Probably not having a dad.
Yeah, that would do it. How far did you go in school?
I went all the way up to the 12th grade.
You graduated high school?
No, I didn't graduate. I went, half the year in 12th grade.
Oh, I see. So you almost made it.
Yeah, almost.
And then
You see the sadness in his eyes right there. Like, the way that he looks away and down is remembering how that hurt him to almost make it and not make it.
12th grade.
Oh, I see. So you almost made it.
Yeah, almost.
And then you went on your own and did what? What kind of jobs have you had?
Well, I've been self-employed. I do odd jobs, or I get out and dig roots, pull bark.
Yeah.
Or weed eat, just stuff like that.
And so this is a very poor part of Kentucky, which is a very poor part of the country.
Yes.
What kind of money do you make a year doing that?
Not much, just barely enough to get by.
But you have a trailer, or you?
No, I stay with my dad. We have a little, it's a one-room, two-story house.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Do you have wife or kids or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a 5-year-old boy.
And you're raising him?
No, I don't get to see him.
You and his mother separated? And
Well, his mom told me he wouldn't mind and stuff, and I just never have, got to have anything to do with him.
Right. When you were...
That's so incredibly sad.
Young man, did you have dreams of doing something with your life?
Yeah, I would like to play professional sports or something like that, baseball or basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's tragic how many people think that that can be the only way out. It is not nearly the only way out.
And have you ever traveled? Have you ever been outside of Kentucky?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I see. I've been to Florida, Michigan, Ohio, been to Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana. I've never been past the Mississippi or across the Mississippi.
Yeah, you've been around. Have you ever considered leaving?
Oh, so you didn't even make it to my side of Louisiana?
Yes.
It seems like there's very few opportunities for
Yeah.
work here.
Yeah, there's not much around here.
What keeps you from packing up and moving somewhere else?
This is home.
Home is home.
Yeah.
And do you have friends and family
You've already asked him that.
here that you stay in contact with?
Yeah. Yeah, my mom, she's from Bledsoe in Harlan County, which isn't far from here.
Right down the street.
Yeah. And, on my dad's side, I'm kin to almost everyone around here.
Right. What are the best and worst things about living in Appalachia?
There's really none of the things you could say is the best things about living around here. I guess family would be it.
Yeah, and it's beautiful here.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And you can get out and make money in the mountains.
What are the worst parts of living here?
Everything's so far away. Everyone's poor.
A lot of drugs here.
Yeah.
Are you involved in that too?
I used to be on drugs, but I'm on Suboxone now.
I used to drink alcohol, but I only drink beer now. It's a wonderful step, but too many people are lingering on the step. It is just as bad in many cases as the actual problem.
Oh, you are? Okay. Yeah, a lot of people use that to get on. But you're happy here?
Sometimes.
You get depressed sometimes too?
Yeah.
What gets you down? Just you get lonely, or you get?
Yeah, there not being anything to do.
Right.
Do you know anything about your family? The generations that came before you?
Yeah. On my dad's side there, my granny's brothers were bank robbers back in the 40s and 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I say nice because I have several members of crime throughout my family history. My cousins, like great second cousins or something, was Cole and Jesse Younger.
Yeah. They decided that,
And Buford Pusser. Like everybody, if you ever seen Walking Tall, that was based off of my cousin.
Or they might have even started during the Great Depression. I'm not sure, but they decided that they wanted to get away from here,
Where'd they go?
and robbing the banks. I guess is how they got
Where
by.
did they move?
Where'd they move?
He's trying to justify his family history. That's sad.
Do what?
You don't have to justify what anyone else has done. Like, you have to justify what you've done, but you don't have to justify what your parents did. You don't have to justify what your grandparents did or your great-grandparents. That is nothing to do with you. You were born fresh and new.
Where did they move?
Where did they move? Well, they robbed banks from here all the way to New York, and they got captured and got put in prison, and they escaped federal prison in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and they went on a crime spree from there to New York, and they got gunned down by New York City police. It's on the internet. Yeah, it's called Joseph and Ballard Nolan was their names.
And these are your
My great uncles.
So, living in Appalachia, it's a very tough life, very strong. You have to work hard to survive.
Yeah.
But it makes everyone here, everyone here seems very honest and very hardworking and very willing to help their neighbor and help people.
They say your word's all you got, you know.
Yeah. And people here seem to have a lot of integrity.
Yeah.
You don't see that everywhere you go in the country. With all the technological advances that are going on in the world, Appalachia seems to be kind of left behind.
Yeah,
Do you feel like this is a dying way of life?
No.
You think this will continue?
Yeah.
Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. I ain't very far removed from what I'd like to do. The difference is that these people are perfectly content to sit. Like, I don't know this man's personal story. He says he lives with his dad. They've got a 1-bedroom, 2-story place, so that is cramped quarters. I'm assuming that it's probably a rental, or it might be his dad's property. And if it's your property, then there's a lot of things that you can do to stay busy. You don't need to be paid to do the right thing. And I can see this where they're sitting, and I'm going to assume for a minute, right? I'm going to make several assumptions based on just this photo that we're looking at right here. And I can see places where work can be done. I can see trees that could be made healthy by opening up the canopy a little bit and diversifying some of this groundwork. Like, not necessarily turning it to grass, because I don't think that's a healthy option. But take some native flowers and get rid of some of the brush and the bramble in your domesticated areas. And the care and maintenance thereof is a purpose to have in your life. If you're like making flower beds, that's giving you a purpose in your life. If your goal is to improve your own living situation, that will bleed over into other areas of your life. And so part of this is absolutely the limited resources and the lack of schooling options and a lot of abuse and addiction issues in the rural America. But a lot of this is choice too. A lot of this is choice. I know a lot of people that choose to sit like this, and it's hard to separate yourself from that. Like, people that you grew up with, people that you hung out with your entire life, that just want to do the same thing. And that's cool. Like, do you. But I'm about growth. I'm about getting better. And I'm not going to get better if I'm just doing the same thing.
Like for your son, you have a son, right?
Yeah.
You see him like staying here like you did?
No, he lives out in the western part of Kentucky in Columbia. And his mom there, she got killed back a few years ago, but he stays with her mom, and she's a doctor, and he don't have to want for nothing, so.
He's taken care of.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very simple life.
Yeah.
What stresses do you have? What do you worry about, or what are you stressed out about?
How I'm going to make my next dollar.
Yeah.
He pays for these interviews. That's not something that I'm interested in. And I've watched a couple of them, and you can see there's a monetary gain for them to sit down and talk about this, and that's why they're doing it. I would prefer if I had people sitting down talking about it just because they wanted their stories recorded and the things like that. Not even necessarily for growth, but to get your story recorded, to be out there as, this is me. This is who I was. As opposed to trying to find a couple bucks.
It seems like a lot of the people here are involved in drugs. It seems like they get maybe bored. Or what do you think the causes of all the addiction stories you see?
Mostly boredom.
It just gets kind of.
There's nothing else to do around here but get high.
The painkillers were the beginning of it, right?
Yeah, pain pills really aren't a big thing anymore.
So crystal meth is taken over?
Yeah, well, it's ice. It's not really crystal meth. It's a lot weaker than crystal meth.
Oh, so you're using watered down meth. He's trying to justify it, right? He said he's on Suboxone, but he's trying to justify the ice. It's meth. It's meth. You might have to hit it more. Like, we called ice the good meth back in the day. I don't know about now, but back when I was running with it, like, ice was the stuff to get. So I don't know how it works in Appalachia, but down here in the boot, that's what it was. But that was also 20 years ago. Like, things change.
But it is methamphetamine.
He's like, I never thought about it like that.
Can you imagine what your life would have been like if you had been born in a big city like Chicago or Atlanta, something like that?
No, not really. No,
Have you been to some of the larger cities?
yeah, I used to live in Richmond.
Okay. How'd you like that?
I liked it. I was in high school when I, lived down there. I went to Model Laboratory School. It's on the EKU campus. It's a private school. I had a lot, I could have, probably went somewhere if I would have stayed up there. But
You're still a young man. You still have many years ahead of you. You can do many different things.
right.
Do you have any plans for any?
It is never too late to completely change your life. You can change your life today and have a brand new one tomorrow. Now, some of the trappings may still be the same for a little while, but when you decide to change your life, it really does start from when you make that decision, and then you start working towards it. And you can completely change your life with one decision at any moment in your life, to completely change everything that you have ever known, to break every pattern and habit and all of that. Like, it's just a quick decision.
Anything you'd like to do?
Uh,
Or you want to just stay here and dig up roots and ginseng?
well, I'd like to get a job, a steady paying job, but everything's far away.
And that's a lot of the problems around here. Like, where I'm at is fairly populated, but we have a lot of rural areas around here. And they're slowly getting populated too, but there's still a lot of vast wilderness down here. And there's just no opportunity. And a lot of these people don't even know that it's possible to create an opportunity. And so they just sit. It's a terribly sad thing. And yeah.
What's the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
Probably I always be honest, and karma always comes back on you. Or you reap what you sow, as the Bible says.
Are you religious?
Yeah, I believe in God, but I wouldn't say I'm really religious.
Religion seems to be important to a lot of people in this region.
Yeah, it is. I believe women's got to wear skirts and long sleeves and all that, and I don't believe that way. And some people
Back when the Bible was written, everybody was wearing robes, right? People get way too tied up in the rules that they think are the right ones.
handle snakes.
Are you Pentecostal?
No, I guess I went to Church of God. No, I don't believe, women should have to wear long sleeves and all that. That's Pentecostal. That's the way they believe.
That's part of the Pentecostal
Yeah,
church,
I
isn't
know. I guess you would just say I'm a Christian.
it? All right, Chris. Well, thank you so much for talking with me.
All right, thank you.
And good luck with wherever your life goes from here.
All right, thank you.
We're going to let it play on out because that's how we do. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to Soft White Underbelly. Give them a like, share, and a sub. Throw them a comment. Let them know you appreciate what they're doing. There are an awful lot of these type of interviews, and I'm going to be doing some of them. If it's something that y'all are interested in, if this is something y'all would like to see, we'll do more of this with the reaction style, and we'll do more. I'm going to try and find some people to do this. Like, I think it would be a very interesting thing to do, and I would enjoy it. So there we go. Soft White Underbelly, I appreciate this. This isn't music. It's not what I'm used to doing, but it's a very good conversation. It is a good look at poverty. It's a good look at addiction. It's a good look at a lot of things. And I really do appreciate that. I really like a lot of these videos. Some of them are a little bit off-putting and they're very uncomfortable. But I think that is just my trauma manifesting as I watch it, because some of them are very, very real. Like this one, I chose this one specifically because it wasn't dealing with a specific disorder or a specific disease or a specific addiction. It was dealing more with just a general life and I like that, but there's a lot of them of people in active addiction, and it's very eye-opening to see it. Like, you can see people, like, you can recognize the signs. If you've ever been there, you can recognize the signs from the very second they first pop on. And it's very eye-opening, and I think it would be a good example for us to look at. So I'm hoping these don't get blocked. That's always a thing. And I'm hoping YouTube doesn't shut it down, because that's always a thing too. But hopefully we can do some more of this. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me. I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, this has been Pittstake. Peace.